Ladies and gentlemen, you might think that, like I thought, that Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, all these men created rock and roll. But I have a close friend of mine who's been on this channel, who's making a whole thing about how really it should be credited to these blues women from the 30s and 40s. Now, I believe the first time rock and roll was even used in a song was, what is her name? I should have looked this up before I hit the button. Someone in the comments will let me know. But it's a blues woman from like the early 20s, okay? And so he's making this whole thing about how it's like blank, blank, blank. These women can go up and down the thing, that it really stems from them. And they were the ones that influenced your Chuck Berrys of the world, your Elvis Presleys of the world, your Little Richards, and so on and so forth. So as I go down my React request page on GuitarGate, I see Josh Riviera, a lifetime member, thank you, Josh, hits me with the queen of distorted guitar solo. This is Sister Rosetta Tharpe. It says, up above my head. He goes, you want to hear an electric guitar solo with distortion from the 40s? I recently learned about the life and legacy of Sister Rosetta. By the way, a lot of these women did not have the best life or legacy, if you will. And he was flabbergasted he hadn't heard of her before. Well, at the time, she was considered a gospel and blues artist. What I hear is rock and roll. Would love to hear your reaction to this. It's beautiful stuff. Josh, let's do it. Let's fire up Sister Rosetta. Be baptized. Let's go.
Above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. And I really do believe joy somewhere. All in my room.
Yes.
Music everywhere. All in my home. Music in the air, up above my head, that is music in the air. Well, I really do believe joy somewhere.
All right, so one. It's got I don't know exactly what years, but this is the 40s. And I love that there's a recording of this. I love that she's playing a freaking SG. I'm sure it was called something different back then. Everybody help me out with historical context in the comments here. But it's a white SG. She just looks totally baller, right? I love everything about it. Love the gospel thing in the background. But you can hear that kind of boogie-woogie kind of shuffle thing, right? That you hear that kind of stride piano thing that isn't there, but like you hear it like coming in the future, you know, like we're watching this from the past trying to connect, or from the future watching the past trying to connect the dots. I hear that boogie-woogie kind of thing in the rhythm. It's a 1-4-5 in C sharp or D sharp or D flat, if you will. So you got C sharp, F sharp's your 4, G sharp's your 5. A lot of major. Dominant, so functioning secondary dominant. 4 chord. The 4-7, 1, 5 dominant 7, 1 with a quick little turnaround in there. And then you got basic, little blues licks in there. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, I hate when it does this. Sometimes when I go, never mind.
Above my head, music in the
Maybe
air.
one day I'll get one of
Music
these
in the
down.
air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. You know, I really do believe joy somewhere. All in my home, music everywhere.
See, now I hear the piano.
All in my home, singing like that.
I love that one woman with the glasses, just watching her. I love this stuff. I love watching the people in the background.
Up above my head, there is music in the air. You know, I really do believe joy somewhere.
Love that jump.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. Let's do that. again.
Keep going. Do it again. Yeah. Yes. Okay. What year is this? This is the 40s. We gotta go right to YouTube. Oh no. This is saying around the 60s, but Joshua said the 40s. Okay. I don't know. Someone in the comments will let us know. But okay, you're seeing her play it as G. You see her start with some basic licks, and then it's like right into some not just textbook blues like electric riffs that we all kind of anchor us in our playing these days, but the moves too, like the little hand windmill. Like her whole demeanor is of a stone cold killer, right? Like a guitar player is guitar player. Her whole vibe is that she's one of us, right? Like she started it, or we're one of her, or whatever it is. We're gonna go back. All right, I'm gonna show you. Try to pick out some details. Now, one thing to not throw you off here, ladies and gentlemen. She's obviously tuned to C sharp. Okay, so you can put your capo, but basically, you know, she's doing this. She's doing a lot of these licks, like in open position, but it's in C sharp. So she's got the whole thing tuned down a minor third. So that's, you know, it's going to make it kind of interesting and hard to replicate. But the ideas are basically the same. So check it. Let's see what we can do here.
All in my home, singing like that. Up above my head, that is music in the air. You know, I really do believe join some fun.
Okay, real quick, I want to mention something else. I was just having this conversation the other day, but I love watching choirs clap, especially with a bunch of like the old ladies, right? And I'll tell you why. I was just having this conversation about timing, and that everybody focuses on exactly where the hit is, where the strike is. And if you get a group of 50 people, you'll see some people do it real slow, right? Like, and some people do it real fast. I always feel like there's like this one lady in the glasses here. She's a feisty one. She knows exactly where it is, waits for it, and it's a quick, crisp. She has all the power, okay? Because why? The harder you hit something, the longer you have to wait to go. So the more certain you have to be, the more confident you have to be that the groove is right there. It's right there. It's like if you're people that are carpenters, right? And you hammer a nail, people that don't do it all the time, they do it slow, they do a bunch of hits, that, like, you know, because they're not exactly sure where it is it's going to hit. People that do it all the time just crank, crank, crank. Same thing with rhythm. Same exact thing. That lady, the glasses is no joke. But it's tuned way down. But it's 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Back to 1. So if you're starting it here, but she's a whole octave down. So you got 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah. That fifth and root. Root and flat 7.
Let's do that again.
I love that. Let's do that again. Ha! Sorry. So weird having it in a different tune. That. What was that?
Let's do that again.
Like all those, it's just a flat 3 to root. So here's your, like your Albert King zone. Minor pentatonic, right? Flat 7 root, flat 3 4. So just coming on that. Simple as that. You know that. But then the shoo, like all that vibe that like we love as electric guitar players. She's doing here. This is chromatic runs. That boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you, that's just Chuck Berry, man. It speaks for itself.
Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, that is music in the air. Oh, good Lord, I really do believe joy is somewhere. You know, all in my heart, music everywhere.
I'm telling you, I know that this video is about Sister Rosetta. I love watching the choirs in the background clap. These two women to Sister Rosetta's right. So like look at her picking hand or picking arm. You have the two women. The one closest to her elbow, the one that isn't looking at Sister, right? She's got this soft clap, right? Like she's in there, she's doing it. She's in the front row. She's on beat, and maybe she's just listening really intently, but she doesn't have you right here. The woman right next to her, the one we featured before with the glasses, right? Her face is kind of cut off. Watch how much crisper her claps are and how much more intent she has with knowing where her groove is. Such a thing that I don't know if anybody cares about. I love it. I love stuff like this.
All in my soul, it makes me whole, makes me feel so good, it makes me so happy, and I do believe joy somewhere. Well, above my head, thank God Almighty, music everywhere, up above my head, and don't you know music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air.
Okay, so Joshua, by the way, thank you for being a subscriber and pointing us to this. So what I'm taking away from here is, rock and roll is more than just a sound, right? Sure, it stemmed from the blues. We're arguing about, where and when the words were said and but it stems from the 1-4-5, okay? Pentatonic stuff, mixing major and minor, stems from the 1-4-5 harmonically. But the vibe, man, her showmanship, you get, the way you got the Muddy Waters thing, you can see it's not just the sound, the way she's singing it, the call and response. Hit me with another lead, the swagger, if you will, just flowing off of her. We're just playing a white SG. A white SG. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see that series made, he's going to make it, but if you want to see it made, drop it in the comments, because I don't even know if he wants people to know, but I'll tell him, hey, look, people want to see this, about the women who, came first, right? And that inspired all these men that perhaps get the credit. I don't know. Maybe that's not even true. Maybe it's an untrue premise. I don't even know. But don't you want to know? I want to know. I think that was cool as shit. Thank you for watching. please subscribe, hit all the buttons. If you want to be a part of this community and pick what comes next on YouTube and also get access to all my lessons, all my courses, the Discord, the whole thing, it's called GuitarGate. It's the first link in the description. I'd love to have you. And that's it. Cheers.